seems like I'm horizontal. I guess I'll have to wait until you guys show up to see what it looks like. And I know I'm the only one in my rumble, but this is what we're going to have to do. So for now, I'm going to look at things like my knife. Okay, let's see. Yep, I gotta grind that a little bit more once this is. Yep, okay. Well, I'm glad I looked down the edge of it this way. Sometimes you just don't know until you get things looked at, you know. And actually, where am I at? This is actually where we're at on things. This is a Bowie and a guard that I made. It's wrought iron. And I'm actually going to be either making a new one or filing this to shape. I'm not sure just yet. This guard's kind of big for what it is, and I don't like one of the parts on it. So I think I'm going to have to actually hot fit it again, which that's no big deal. That happens. Just have to grab another piece of wrought iron. This stuff. So, where's my wire brush at? Actually, well, not here. I'm going to put my headphones in their case, which actually I don't have my headphones case with me, so I ain't putting no headphones anywhere. Let's put these safety glasses up here. Get this file cleaned up a bit. This file has seen better days, which means this will soon become a knife. That's what I like to do with my old files. And this one's definitely seen better days. I likely got this at a yard sale or a flea market. And this one actually has a mark I've never seen before, even though it is a Heller. And I've come across a lot of Hellers in my life, but this one says Heller Bros Company, which I've never seen one that said that before. It's got the horse stamp on it. I'll actually show you. You can see that horse stamp in there. That says Heller Bros Company. Like I said, I've never seen that before, so it's pretty interesting. It does have some sharpness left to it, not a ton, but it's usable, serviceable, if you will. Okay, now let's see here. Now I'm just putting some cleanup going on, actually. Some stuff I'll have to put inside and take back into the house. Okay, those are good in the corner. That means I'll put this broom right here so it's out of the way for now, but I will be using this shortly as well. But for now, it's just going to get hung up. These are my pipe tobaccos right here anyhow. I gotta take these inside. Set them on top of my little space heater for now. Smell good too. Okay, now chalk. It seems like a strange thing to have in a workspace. This is actually incredibly valuable stuff. I was using this last night when I was talking about chalking a file, which is literally just taking chalk to a file. Just like this. You just draw it on. That's it. When you have it covered in chalk, what it does is when you are doing something like hand filing, especially steel, or metal is, which I was hand filing on this guard last night, is you'll get little carbides and whatnot that come off of it, and they can lodge themselves in between the teeth. And those carbides are incredibly hard, and they can gouge and scrape and whatnot. So when you do the chalking on the file, it makes it harder for them to embed themselves. And they can usually just shake out, or you can brush them out much more easily. But that is why you put chalk on a file. And this is just regular old sidewalk chalk, nothing special. And by the way, if you guys can see me, am I vertical or am I horizontal? Because I'm trying to see if it'll allow me to do horizontal. And I'm really not sure what's going on. Because normally I'm in vertical, like this. And I don't know if it'll like annotate for me. I don't know. That's why it's fixing the stream, because I'm trying to figure out what works, how things work, yada, yada, yada. A little too close to, a little too short to use a blood torch on it when it's that close to your face. At least for me. I don't party that hard anymore. But right now, I'm actually just doing a little bit of a organizing, resetting, I guess, if you will. And that's just what I got the stream running for. Nothing really more than that. Production in its own right? Sure. We'll call it that. Why not? This is my shot towel. Let me put this over here. How you guys doing today, by the way? I'm just kind of putzing around. Like I said, resetting, yada, yada. But I'm just really trying to do something to get a few minutes of content, I guess you could call it. And gonna go and review a few things. But probably not what you're thinking. Actually, who knows what you're thinking? I definitely don't. Okay. I need like somewhere to like put my cigars when I come in here. I don't have like anywhere to set them. So I got to figure out something, make something like some kind of little container to just throw them in. Oh, actually, you know what? That might be what happens on this live. I got this container for stuff. And there's stuff in here that I've just been tossing in this little container for years, on and off. Like I'll throw stuff in it, and then I'll go through it, find it again, take it out. Sometimes I'll use it, then I throw it back in. And like stuff like this gets in there, which is very valuable. This is actually for your bench grinder. It chews up your grinding stones. So that is valuable for what it is. It's just, I don't know, is it something I need in that container? Probably not. This actually is supposed to go in the house. I don't know why this is even in here. Oh yeah, I know why it's out here. I need to do a video on why I use little tape measures. And then this is like a razor blade. You know what? Yeah, it is, but I don't have a knife for that, so I'm just throwing those away. And then I have no idea how I acquired this, but it's a 4mm, what is it? Yeah, tap. I just have it hanging around. I don't even know why. Let me see if I can turn this down a bit. So here's my little bin of stuff, and that's what I'm gonna be going through. And this I'll keep it in case I need to brush something off. Let's see, I just got all kinds of stuff everywhere. Little files. I don't even know why I don't even know where that came from. And then I got a mortar bit, mason bit, whatever you want to call it. Just, I don't even know why it's out here. What is this, like a 7/16? Half inch. Yeah, I don't have a clue why that's out here. That'll be going in the house. Pencil, another tiny file, smaller file. Why do I have, I don't even know. It's like you start going through, like, someone has like a junk drawer in their house. That's a Midwest thing, I know that. But here I am, sitting in the Midwest. And I'm not sure why I have this stuff out here. It's a little Nicholson file. I'll actually be using a file like this. I'm going to be grinding a handle or filing in a handle design. And I think I'm going to be doing the handle in this color. It's going to be a Bowie. Actually, I'll show you the Bowie I'm working on. It's always fun to talk about that. I'm going to try and do my heat treat in it today. But I probably need to make a new guard before I get to that point. Come on, get on there. There we go. Oh. This is a Bowie knife I'm working on. And the guard it's a lot bigger than it's supposed to be for good reason. But I am going to make another one today, and it's going to be smaller than this. This is just a little too ridiculous for this Bowie. But, yep, this is forged from a Nicholson file. Okay, so I got to keep this one out here because that is going to be handy. And this, there's a story behind this. I need to make that a respectable blade for someone that I was supposed to make it for. Let's see, and then, oh yeah, I remember this. I got a bucket of scrap steel on a Buy Nothing group, and he had some files, hand files. I was surprised. I'm like, oh, I can always use a little rat tail. Let's see if we can get the brand on this one. There is a stamp. Ooh, it might be a little too rusted. Huh. I had to take that to the bench grinder even to get a better look on it. I don't have a clue what that says. It's certainly stamped, but it's been rusted a long time. The bucket of steel, as I gather, got a runny nose. It sat just out in the elements for a long time. And this actually is just a piece of antler. And I actually keep this because antler, if you like burnish it on material like wood, it can actually get a really nice shine to it. Like the Japanese did tung oil and antler, I believe was how they did it. Like they do like their layer of tung oil or a few layers and then let it polymerize however long that took. And I actually think this is what they used to finish the polymerizing was antler rubbed, at a fast rate of speed, and that friction would get that stuff to polymerize. That's how I understand it, at least. But I could also be incorrect on that. A little scrap of sandpaper, and then this very heavy little block of steel. I have no idea what this is for. You guys ever seen anything like that? Any idea? Rumble? Anybody have any idea what this is? If you know, let me know, because I ain't got a clue. My old peel box key. I don't even know why I still have that. All I know is the post office didn't want it back. Then my grandfather-in-law, he's passed away now, long passed away. When he passed, I got a lot of his tools and odd bits of steel like this. And this, if you can see, I don't know if you can, that little coloration difference, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that's actually carbide. He worked in a prototype shop, and he saved every little bit of steel they allowed him to save. And, well, he might have even, borrowed that permanently. But it was one of them things that he just kept everything. And now I have it. And I don't know the use of all these things because, he's long past. But, yeah, that's life in the prototype shop. And this is also from his prototype days. This is actually a brass putty knife. I don't know if you guys ever seen one of those before. Or at least brass or bronze. It kind of looks like bronze, to be honest. But I want to say it's brass because I've heard of brass and not bronze for this. But yeah, old-fashioned putty knife, but it doesn't spark. Or the spark that it can create is so low that it can't cause an ignition. And that was something I got from his prototype days. This right here, this is a wee little knife I made. I messed up the handle. And I made it for like yard work. I need to put a new handle on it because I actually drilled through it. Now that was a pretty quick reaction. But yeah, here's a little knife. Like I said, hang on. Can't see it too well, but it's got a stamp on it. Etc. Cute little knife. Just a little guy. It's been floating around a long time, but yeah, it's actually been a really handy little knife around the yard. Yeah, it's got something of an edge on it. I need to probably fix that. Good old ferrocerium rod. Wonder if I can get this to do what it's supposed to do on here. Let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah. There you go. If you can see that. Try it again. You've seen a little bit of spark? Maybe. I don't know if it'll pick it up well. It's not sparking too well on my end anyway. There we go. Some sparks. But yeah, you can start fires with this, and a lot of bushcrafters are into stuff like this. And it's pretty handy, cool stuff. The interesting thing about ferrocerium, or fire steel as some call it, is it's DJ Puckett. Hello again from Wyoming. How are we doing? I'm good. I'm actually talking about random things I'm going through in my little junk drawer, if you will, that I finally decided to get through, that I should have gone through a long, long time ago. And I'm trying to get this thing to throw sparks. Can you see any sparks coming off? If you can, let me know. By the way, how's the weather in Wyoming? We took a downturn for cold here in Michigan. Not too bad, I will say that. It's I'm kind of enjoying it. Actually, where's my water at? But I heard that you guys got real cold or something recently. Got all these little odds and ends of brass, abrovite. You know, abrovite's got to sneak into things. What the heck? Oh my. Little brass pins. I must have been planning for something. Probably like knife pins. Like pre-cutting for production run. Yeah, bunch of little brass pieces. I'll take those inside, I think, for now. That's my take inside pile, except for this stays out here. This I got it, because I don't have a bench grinder inside the house. Okay, let's see. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to test this and see how it grinds. And by grinding, I mean sparking. And then this is a ball bearing of sorts, but it's very highly polished. And I don't know if it's actually rusted or if it got rust on it from something it was in close contact with. No idea. Some ball bearings are actually a very good steel for making knives, and can be a steel called 52-100, which is actually not a bad steel for knives. Okay, let's see. I think this is a knife I broke the end off of on purpose in a destruction test. Let's see. A little file knife I made forever ago, and I left the tape on it because I was doing something with it. I don't know now. Let's see. DJ Pucka says, finally warmed up into the upper 60s, low 70s, depending where you are in the state. Has snow and crazy bad wind blast last week. Yeah, we did too. Actually, I'll show you what happened with the wind blast real quick. Probably 100 semi-trucks flipped. Oh my gosh! Flipped over in the highways from the wind. That's serious. That's nuts. That's way worse than I expected to hear. Holy cow! That's insane. This isn't one I ran a test on. Well, wow. That's all I can say about that is wow. Alrighty then. Yeah, Wyoming is a state. I had a friend that lived in Wyoming, and I asked him what it was like. He goes, if you like wind a lot, you'll love Wyoming. I don't know what part he lived in, but he lived there like 7 years. Oh, it's a little sheep's foot I made. Just needs handles. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, anyway, there you are, seeing one of the blades I found, you guys. I don't. The things you find in the bottom of your little heap. Oh boy, that's heat treated too. I have no idea why that wound up in there. Taped up at that. Oh, sandpaper. This stuff's still good. I'll keep that. It's like, I swear you can never have enough sandpaper. Then, oh, wood pins. Wood pins are fun to make. I got a screw, a random, I think that's a punch or drift. I don't know what that is. I'll take that inside too. MIG welding tip. Oh, hey, it's copper. And then a drill bit. What size are you? Like 3? No, you can't be 3/16. Way too small. 1/8 inch. Where did I even get this? I don't even have the stamp on there anymore. I think I see the stamp. Man, they did not put that deep. But they put USAD. Okay. Okay, so I might put stuff back in there that I do need out here. Anyways, 90 to 100 mile an hour winds. That's insane, dude. That's rock and roll. We hit in those crazy storms. We hit I think the highest we got was like 74, and that was at an airport, or at the airport, I should call it, like Detroit Metro Airport, and it was like the really, really big wide open fields, or areas, I should say. The tarmac is, big and wide open because planes gotta fly. But those sticks you see behind me, those are all from the windstorms we had. It took down trees, and these are all pear and serviceberry. I'm pretty excited. They're not going to be done this year, I don't think. Some might be. Actually, I think I have. Yeah, like some of these are. This is buckthorn. This one right here. I mean, you probably can't tell the difference, camera, but yeah, this is like the fruit of windstorm damage. took down a giant serviceberry and the pear wood. And yeah, so I was a busy bee a couple days after the storm out there cutting up at the park and whatnot. I think I actually might have made a video about it. I need to if I did it. It was a real giant couple trees in this park that were just went kaputza. Let's see. Come on, get out of the way. There we go. Okay. And we're back. Now let's go through and see what I can put back. This will always have to be here till I get this finished. This needs to be, I need to finish this. I need to contact him before I finish it though. But that will go in there. You know, we'll keep the chalk in there too. I don't know about you guys, but I love to keep sidewalk chalk in my stuff. I did do a short on it about why I chalk files. And if you guys are not into using hand tools or don't know why I chalk files, it makes it to where pins are very hard to embed themselves. And pins can be made from steel or carbides in my sake usually because it's forged and you're filing off the carbides, but it can embed in the teeth and that can get in there and cause some really deep gouges that are hard to get out. And so I put chalk in there, and you can either shake out the pins usually, not always, or you can brush them up pretty easily. So it's a cool little life hack. A very old one too, very old fashioned. All right, so what else? The little files. Why do I even have those out here? I think I have these because I want to make little knives because these files are mostly toast. These are all like jammed up. This one might, yeah, that one's pretty toast. I'll keep that out. I was wanting to do like little knives from these because these are, like I said, they're pretty toast and tiny little knives like my end cuts, but they won't be end cuts. They'll be something else. Do I have any of where's my Kiridashi yet? Now that I'm going through all my stuff, I'm like, where did everything go? I knew where everything was when it was messy. No, I didn't. I'll say I did, but I didn't. Oh, here it is. A little Kiridashi like this, but I'll make it out of a file like this. And it'll be all minimalist like this with no handle. Just a little knife. Or it might even make handles on those. Because like I did do this little guy, and I use this around, I've been using this around the shop for years. A handy little tool. It's just like a little scrap knife. And it's just made with scraps of wood and actually blinds. The white spacer is actually from the blinds in my house. I had little scraps, put them to work. Might need a new cigar. Jeez. Yep, we're going to call you Toast. All right, so that's enough of that. This weird stuff I have. Let's see. This live I'm doing right now, I'm just doing it just to test something out even. So the fact that you guys are hanging out, I appreciate it. Listen to me ramble and babble as I always do. This right here, if I've never showed you guys, this is actually the first handmade knife I've ever owned. It's by a guy named Joey Roman. And he was selling them on eBay when I bought this actually. And he called it the butter knife, and he spelled it really, really funny. It was cool looking how he spelled it. But this is the first handmade knife I ever had, and this is what inspired me to start making knives. It is based off the Kefart design. If you guys never heard of Horace Kefart and you're into outdoor life or not, look him up. Pretty cool history. There's a knife even named after him, but he was not the maker. He just was the user. Like Bowie. Bowie did not make the knife. It just became what he was known for. So Oak Ridge Taxidermist says, how are you doing today? I'm good. I'm all right. Just testing my live stream, looking for some important details and information, and getting some organizing going on. I don't know what I'm going to do with this ball bearing. How are you doing? Where are you from in the world? No, wait, you said Oak Ridge, Tennessee, I think. I wonder if you were the one that came on and I was talking about. So I have a friend whose family are from La Follette, Tennessee, and not far from Oak Ridge. I don't know what I'm going to do with this little knife. Anyway, I'm not going to put it there. I'll put it over here. There's a relative in their family somewhere down the line where the husband and wife disliked each other so much that even in death, they didn't want to be buried next to each other. So they're actually buried at opposite ends of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I have never been in a relationship like that, but every time I think about Oak Ridge, Tennessee, I just think about that, and I hope I never end up in that type of a situation. That would be unfortunate. I like my sick pig. She's pretty cool. Okay. What else? Yeah, do you have any? Okay, you got some in there. Not much. I'm just like collecting the weirdest stuff in this thing for a long time. A pencil with no graphite in it, lead, whatever you want to call it. Scraps of wood on my desk. Yeah, workbench, whatever you want to call this. And let's see, throw you over there because you are a drill bit. Then I got to drill holes in this. Hang this up somewhere. I don't know about you guys, but I love wrench hooks. I just think they're like the cutest thing. Then I got a bucket full of just, the guy called it like scrap steel, and it was on a buy nothing group. And in that bucket of, like sundries, it was full of very useful things amongst very rusty things that were not very useful. And a lot of wrenches came out of that. So I started making hooks out of them, and I put them all over the place. Okay, let me see. I'm actually going to end the live stream over here on Rumble. See how that test worked. I don't know if you guys ever use Rumble. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't really get how it works. Maybe someday I'll have it mastered. I'm starting to sort of kind of get the idea of YouTube, but it's still got me a little confused. Let's try TikTok. They get mad at me sometimes, though, because I smoke on screen, and they don't like that. Trying to figure out how to do this. I don't even know what I'm doing. What a Ned. Okay, I'll try that. Try this. What in the devil did I just see? TikTok is a place that never lets you down, I tell you. What the hell? That's not what I want. Okay. Let's call this a live test. There we go. Let's see what kind of mayhem we can get up to on TikTok. I got banned from a group recently for saying they were using TikTok logic. I thought that was actually pretty funny. I got a laugh out of it. Here is all my handle woods. I need these out here. Oh, I know where to put them for now. Guess I'll be putting one of these on the handle of the Bowie I'm making. I don't know which one. No, but like, this is pink ivory wood. I'll show you. That's pink ivory. That'd be really cool. And then we have Osage orange. That'd be a nice one too. So we shall see. Time will tell. But I need to get them out of my way. For now, they're kind of just in my way. So I'm going to put them down here with all my sandpaper, so I don't forget about them. That can't go in there. And I also thought about using this wood right here. I don't know if you guys know what this is. This is mango wood. And mango, in my opinion, is really a very pretty wood. And this would also be, like I said, for the Bowie. Let's see here. Come on. Get that on. I'll show this side because it's the prettier side. That would be getting along the lines of the handle material, but it'd be more in the center. But, yep, mango, it's pretty strong stuff, too. I mean, well, a lot of woods are actually quite strong. There is a belief that only exotics are strong, but, I mean, mango is an exotic, don't get me wrong. But there are some that believe, like, maple and stuff like that is not viable or not good. But it is. It's very good stuff, actually. Okay. Now what do I do with all this leather? I need to make sheaths, actually. So I got to put these up here. They're not out of the way. It's actually a little cluttered there. Now I got to find somewhere to put these knives I have. I just have all these little knives everywhere. This has rust on the Alta clip. What the hell? Neglect. That's what the hell it is. So I have to like probably just put these in the locker, or have like a block of wood and just stab everything into it. Oh wow, I forgot I'm over on TikTok right now. Huh. And then yeah, I'll just put these all across the bottom. Well, anyway, how long have I been live for? I've been live for 30 minutes. Yeah, I could probably go live a little longer. It's like I said, this is me trying to figure out some data points. And hopefully 30 minutes to an hour will get me figured out where I need to be on things. And this right here, I don't know if you guys saw the video or the live. It was a live I made. This is for Teki Iri, I think is what it's called in Japanese. And it's part of their heat treating process. And this is made from ground up fire brick, wood ash, and charcoal. And then it's going to be painted in onto the steel of the Bowie and all my knives from here on out. And I'll be mixing the slurry in this bin. That's why I got the two. Fun fact for you. Just trying to like, get that flow going. I think I might have just found a good spot for my sandpaper. Might have. I'm not sold, but I might have. Yeah, let's see if we can put it like right here. And it's almost like I'm making a bigger mess than I needed to. I got a handle. I'll throw that in my little junk drawer. I don't know about you guys, but junk drawers are a great thing. I love having one. When I was a kid, it was like the little drawer of mysteries and excitement. Yeah, let's just put this stuff all right here in the middle, and we'll deal with it when we get there. These are scrap pieces of steel that I'll keep too. That's a big, heavy block of steel right here. There's the big piece of plate steel. I think some call them bench blocks or something like that. Let's see. And I need these. I need to keep these to make a video with. Cute little spoon I made for a while ago. And I was just seeing how fast I could make one actually. I made this, I think it's actually white oak, scrap of white oak. I think it'd be handy for those witches out there, the kitchen witches as they call them. All right, a washer. Okay. Okay, let's see. Actually, I'm just going to sweep this right off onto the floor. I don't even worry about it. Get to it another day. Let's move this over here. You just see it's just going straight onto the flow. I gotta say, the patina on this workbench is just absolutely incredible. And I'm gonna move this block of steel before I drop it on my foot and break it. But the patina came from the people I bought this from said they believe this workbench was 100+ years old. One of them said like 120 to 130 years old. I don't know if I believe that, but it could be. I mean, 1900, I'd put it at almost 130 years old. So yeah, I guess it is possible. But you never truly know the backstory of tools unless really they're yours or they came from trusted family members. But whoever had this did do a lot of maintenance. I'm guessing more like probably like gas-powered engines of some sort. Because there's a big like over on the front of it, you can't see because it's under this mat right here. But I'm guessing gas-powered, like I said. because I had a lot of what looked like transmission fluid, and it's still got a red stain on it to this day. Okay, but it also had the smell of like a kind of like a mechanic's shop. Okay, so let's see if this will work, or if it's too big. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. It might work, but it might be kind of big. I don't know. That may work there. I'm just gonna, fill it with sandpaper. Let's see. Put this here for now. I think I'll try to make that work right there. All right. How you guys doing, by the way? I'm Rachel. I'm just doing some shop cleanup, doing a test on my live streams, trying to get some things figured out. All right. Let's see. You go away. Okay, so now we're back at sandpaper. By the way, I never thought sandpaper brands mattered that much until I started making more things by hand. It absolutely does. 3M makes really good sandpaper, and no, I don't get a dime from them. But just for those that like to tinker and hobby around and whatnot, I gotta say, I am impressed by it. It's good stuff. Now, will these fit in there well? That's a different story. Well, that looks like it's pretty good, actually. Yeah, we'll see how that works for a while. Like right now, as it sits, that's what you're looking at. If you can even, let me see if I can even. There you go. Yeah, it's just a rack. That's all it is, with a lot of stuff in the way. There's just shit all over here trying to get it organized, making a bigger mess trying to organize. You guys ever been there before? Of course you have. Everybody's been there. Even in the world of the internet where everyone is perfect, we've still all been there. All right. Got sticks in the way because I'm a fool. I didn't know where to put these. You guys are just hanging out with me while I am babbling like a crazy person. I love it. This is amazing. What time is it right now? Almost 3. So you guys are probably like getting out of work or something. If you are, rock and roll. Have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll put this one right here. Okay, so that's 220. Kind of a fan of this rack, but kind of not. We'll see. Time will tell. Once something's in motion for a while, that's when you start being able to tell if you like something or not. That's the stage I'm at right now. But there's 18 of you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Listen to me ramble, rattle, and roll. And I got these big things. Don't really know what to do with it. Let's see. Lefty, right. I don't even know what that is. These guys. All right. Let's try Instagram. Sometimes I get people live there. Oh, that wind is kicking up out there. Holy cow. It was like 20 to 30 miles an hour this morning, and it seems like it's hanging around that range still, or at least coming back to it. It was a pretty cold walk this morning with my wee little Shiba Inu. Okay, so I'm going to put those right there for now. I don't know what this is doing here. Actually, I need that to wipe it off when I'm done. So we'll put that there. All right. Oh, my dustpan. Where were you guys on that to tell me I sat on it? Ain't nobody telling me nothing. You guys ain't including me in anything, even in my own workspace. Okay, so I'll set you up there for now. Let's set you behind it. That's all. Everything's off accuracy place, like a balancing act right now. Another big knife. I actually made both these in 2 days, and it was just to see if I could do it. And this was kind of like a inspired by like Central Asian butchery. And this was like in Parang inspired, and it's for splitting kindling. That's actually what I use both of them for. But this one, I might rehandle it, clean it up, and make this a butchery knife because we like to process deer. We're hunters. Okay. Okay, little sanding sheets. And then, like I said, I like 3M sandpaper. But this stuff right here is actually what I really like about 3M sandpaper. That's just general multi-purpose. But the Cubitron, their Cubitron sandpaper is the best sandpaper I've ever used. And to me, it's absolutely worth its weight in gold. This stuff proved its worth to me quickly. Some sandpapers, even if they're waterproof, can break down quickly, even if you use oil. And this stuff, it's like it didn't. It was just staying on top of it the whole time. And it was freaking cool. That's what I can say. It was freaking cool. But yeah, Cubitron. It says it on the bottom there. And yeah, worth its weight. Worth its weight for sure. So let's get this into that rack. Like I said, I'm still a bit unsure about this rack. What the heck? Why is it going in there all funny? Now that is frustrating. Okay, let's see if we can get that to go in there better. Okay, that looks... Now I get it. Okay, I think I get it. Let's do the other Cubitron behind that. I got Michael Jackson stuck in my head. You guys ever have that happen? Well, I have it happening right now. This is song Black or White, which is a great song. I'd have to go listen to it. Oh, not Black or White. Is it Black or White? Might have to listen to that one anyway. Okay, let's get more sandpaper here. You know, actually, I'll keep these. I will keep these out and they will go on the bottom because these are general purpose. Okay, all right. Now I think I'm getting a bit more fluid. I guess you could say, oh, no, not on that one. No, let's go on the bottom, too heavy. Dang it. So these will all go on the bottom. Looks like I did crack the top shelf the day I got these. I remember that now. It was a bit unfortunate situation. Okay, I got 18 of you guys. How's it going? Where are you guys all coming out of today anyway? I am out of Detroit, Michigan. And I am Rachel, and I will be your host. Okay, so that works. I mean, I could set that up there, but that's not what I want to go there. Yeah, I don't know. These, oh, I'll have to go up here somewhere. That'll be my working sandpaper spot. That's what we'll call it, a working sandpaper spot. I need to get hooks or something in here, something to hold knives in. I don't know what to do with all the knives I have just hanging around, but they're everywhere. I have tons of them, just tons and tons of knives. I don't know if I needed that anyway. Okay. My little wood knapping tools. Okay, we'll put those back there. You guys just lurking. I'm with it. I like to lurk too. These little sticks. I don't know if I want to call them like walking sticks for kids or shillelaghs. Because I mean, this I think would be... I thought about actually this one for my nephew. It's just a little guy. It's like, I don't know, 18 inches long maybe. And then there's this one right here. That's, well, they're close to the same. Oh no, this one's a little bit shorter. Doesn't matter. About 15 inches, we'll say. And this one is actually serviceberry. And serviceberry, that would blew me away in how strong it is. It was actually used in North America was for wagon wheels back in the era of wagons. And that was some fun history to learn about one of our local woods. Now I don't know what to put my incense where I need to put those. I always like using incense. And I burn them in the house all the time and everything. It smells like a hippie shop in my house. I love that smell. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That actually, I think that'll work. And then these, for now, I'll just lay across the top of that because I don't know what to do with them. Probably put them up on my website. Get them for sale. Okay, and then that's scrap. And then hand file stays over here because I'll be using that later. And then my left-handed glove, because I'm always putting it on my left hand when I do like rasping, filing, all that stuff. And I do it because I'm right-handed, and I will go right across my hand, and I have done it. I don't actually, luckily, I don't have scars. But I have gotten some pretty nasty cuts from really sharp files and rasp. And oh my God, does it hurts so bad. The healing part is so painful. More painful than I expected. I'll say that. It's not like a burn, but how like a burn pain just can come back and continue. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Just very achy because it gets so far down. I gotta sweep up all these little branches down here too. This stuff all needs to go somewhere. My little cigar tube. Yeah, I'll take that inside as well. Okay. How long have I been live? 47 minutes? All right. I'm going to light me a cigarette or cigar. And then I'm not going to be live too much longer, I don't think. Yeah, I know. You can cut the end, but why do that when you can bite it? Oh, it's a vanilla. Cool. I like vanilla. And, oh, Denny Manley. How's it going? I'm just going through stuff on the workbench right now and babbling to myself. I don't even know where to put stuff like this. Where do I put the knives? What? Maybe I'm just going to set them right here for now because they're far enough out of the way over there. Let's see here. Knife. So many knives just all over the place. I need to put... Now we'll put you there for now. I know where I'll put this. I'll put this up here. So I'm always reaching for stuff over there. Okay. Got my mortar pestle. I gotta start sweeping stuff up. I'll have to worry about that another day. I don't need that anymore. I do want that. And that landed. Heck yeah. Mark one up for me. Okay. Leather tools. Serviceberry. Set that over there with those for now. These are my leather tools. I gotta keep these in order. Yeah. Another knife. Just got knives everywhere. My goodness. And these, I don't know. I think I'll put them in here. Those will go in there. That's scrap. I'll just throw that out. I'll put these out here. Okay. There we are. That's better than it was. There's my leather needle. Just sweeping it right onto my apron. I'm such a fruitcake today. I feel like I'm just losing my mind. I got a lot of sweeping to do on the floor anyhow. Well, at least something's gotten done. Not a ton, but something better than nothing. And my mortar pestle can go back there. That's actually a working space again. I can dig with that. All right. I've been live for 51 minutes. That should be enough data to see what's going on what I'm researching. So thanks for hanging out, folks. I appreciate it. I have made it a nicer workspace. I'll show you even if you guys saw where it was. No, it's getting there. There's some stuff this stuff's all gonna like go inside the house. And then my water bottles. Actually, I'll put that there. And this. Yeah, I'll keep it up here until I sweep the floor. But yep, this is my workbench. Getting my way to organized. Thanks for hanging out. Cheers. Peace. Okay, and end.